Hello, everybody. We're here. We're doing our live stream on Wednesday, and we're joined by a special guest, Kim. Uh,
Hi, Kim.
what things are
Hi.
you a part of, Kim? You're part of so many things.
Um, yeah, well, Dice Masters North and the new podcast, A Double Double in Dice.
And you guys try to put out a podcast every week. You guys didn't have
hmm
one on YouTube this week so far, right?
Every other week, we try to put
Okay.
one out. So every 2 weeks. So the next one's dropping Monday.
Okay. Cool. 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 Everyone look forward to that. I've listed every single one of them, um,
Nice.
including the first one. And when the first one came out is kind of when we thought to get you guys to like possibly both of you to come on, but it's a bad time for Jocelyn to come on. And I mean, either one of you is great to have on because I think you guys are both a good representation of for the community at large. So
For sure.
Thank you.
sorry, I'm trying to do a million things right now.
You're very, very twitchy right now. Just
Yeah, I know.
stop moving.
Heart-
Stop moving.
Okay, what should
There
I
you
do
go.
now?
All right. What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, what do I do with my hands? All right. So, do you guys want to get into the tournament a little bit for what's
Yeah,
going on?
let's knock the tournament out. What's going on with the tournament, Chris? Please tell us. Maybe
Oh,
Joe can tell us.
not much apparently. It's like one match every 3 or 4 days. It seems like. Um, so today Ben played James Bloor, and he got beat 2-1. So James is moving on to the finals for the losers bracket. Um, so
Ooh.
So it's the finals between Jackalope Spam, Nick, and James Bloor. Whoever wins that will play Yort, and they have to beat Yort twice. And
Wow.
Troy only has to win one time in a match. So
That's crazy.
yeah,
So weird.
It's so weird that James is wiping the floor with a lot of top competitors with just a 7 card team. Just
Yep.
saying. I was one of those.
Me too.
It
Oh,
does not feel good. Yeah, Kim knows about it. Yeah.
Yep.
I
It does
mean
not feel good.
he beat me and Robert by default because we weren't even in it. So
that's true. Yep.
He's so good.
yeah,
Yeah, he really is. But it's one of those things like most like a lot of times when I'm playing a game, there's probably a card or two that I'll neglect through the entire match, anyways. So I can see how you can move on by missing a card.
and if you're a good player, it's easier for you to move along too.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm a bad player, and it's hard for me to move on
Yeah, apparently
with
I'm
an
a bad player
entire
too.
team.
No, I didn't say you were a bad player. I just said he's a good player. So
Yeah, and I am a bad player for sure.
yeah, and I'm a bad player too. So
Yeah,
um,
All right, Billie Eilish. Calm down.
yeah, I'm a bad guy. Duh.
all right. We sound so much like the real thing. We should probably stop saying that so we don't get copyright strike.
That's true. You're right. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah, of our channel that doesn't get. Never mind.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, so that's cool. So Jackalope Spam and uh, James will be playing for the losers bracket championship. The winner will move on to play Troy in the final round.
Final.
The final.
The final countdown. Hey, Mel.
Hey Mel.
So, so Kim, did you enjoy I know you played a few weeks in it, and unfortunately you're out. But did you at least enjoy it while you're in?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I was shocked when I saw my name get pulled up for getting into the invitational. I was like, I gotta wait. Is that right? Is my name up there? So yeah, I was like quite surprised. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I played non-meta teams, so I went with some of my favorite fun teams to play. And yeah, I mean, I was out. Lose once and lost again. So, but I enjoyed it.
Good.
I enjoyed it. I love all the tournaments you guys put on. So
Oh,
Well, thank
thanks.
you.
What
We
did
love
you
you
think?
forward to
being a
them.
part of those tournaments.
For sure, especially when you beat me every single time.
Without a doubt, you do.
my favorite
Yeah.
part. No.
What did you think of it being legacy style as opposed to like being a modern tournament or anything like that? Did you like the legacy portion of it?
Yeah. I mean, formats don't really bother me.
What
You
up,
know, I
Comics
just
Mike?
as long as I can build whatever team I want to play, right? So it doesn't really if it's modern, legacy, gold. Well, golden's big, so I don't know. I'll get lost in that one, but I know you guys will put on too much golden. But yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, I'll just fit my teams to whatever the format is. So
Sweet.
Speaking of tournaments in the future that we might be putting on, we could announce our tournament actually if you guys want.
That's the official tournament
Yeah.
announcement horn. It's a soundboard. It wasn't me.
Joe, do you want to make the announcement?
Yes. I forgot what the I
It's-
forgot what the date was.
Okay, let me pull up our meeting doc.
This is what happens whenever I'm away from the channel for more than a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
You're the tournament
So-
guy. Come on, tournament guy.
Sorry.
We are,
Right.
I guess, while you're pulling up the exact dates, we're going to go ahead and start our next season of 2-team takedown tournaments. I don't want to misquote, but I do believe this is going to be a modern,
Post rotation modern.
post-rotation modern, so the current modern.
Yes.
So,
Cool.
This is May as of May 1st. Modern.
Yep.
So
dang, it's May 1st modern.
yeah.
Yeah, the idea behind having a tournament in this format was we were gonna have everyone prep for Worlds or was it Worlds or not, whatever
Nah.
the tournaments that were
Yeah,
coming
the
up.
idea was that we were
Yeah.
gonna have everybody prep for Nats. Of course, now that that's gone away, for the moment for this year, we're still gonna continue to honor that because starting starting with a brand new rotation with new cards in cycle is almost more interesting than continuing the legacy that we just got out of invitational wise.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you play a lot of modern events in your area, Kim? Especially with rotation?
yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, like I come up with most of the themes, and Jocelyn's always like, "It's modern, right? Modern, modern, modern. Not golden, right? Modern. It's modern." She doesn't like golden because there's too much to it.
Yeah, it's a
But
lot.
majority of it's modern. I might throw a golden in there, but I mean, I think Rob and Jocelyn will bring more modern team if I throw a gold. We have it in there sometimes.
Matthew, thanks for joining us. We got Matt Brewer in the chat.
Oh, hey, Matt.
But Matt, yeah,
Cool guy.
you kind of did the same thing that Rob would do. He would set up all the tournaments at the Duncanville bookstore.
Yeah, the comic book store we were playing at. That was me. Once the manager he decided to part ways and go, and actually he moved out of town. Nobody was running anything, so I was like, well, I still want to play, and there was people that wanted to still play, so I'll just pick it up and I'll create the formats every week, and if anyone had suggestions, I would just run with them and put them out there, do all the WizKid stuff, and yeah, it was fun.
I brought Yanti one time, and he said, "No more Yantis."
It was banned. We had a ban list. There was an in-house ban list. And Yanti was definitely on it.
Yeah. So we just want to try with the rotation happening. We want people to get used to playing the format, even though there may not be any tournaments going live at live events. But that doesn't mean we can't throw events and have fun and do stuff with everyone. So it's just all about playing the format that's going to be going on. And we don't know the future of what Dice Masters or WizKids is going to do about next year about the rotation. But I mean, we'll probably do the same thing next year if you keep up with the tournament.
Around the same time. We want to try to make sure that we're in line with current events, so that way people aren't having to scramble to reorganize their sets. Because I know a lot of people tend to organize their collections based off of what they're playing at the current time or what's playable or what's good. Other people just have them organized down to the sets and everything, and that's fine. But for the players that play often, I know that they just get whatever's within reach. And so we want to make sure that that's maintained pretty much around seasonal. Like, if it's close to Nats, we're going to have the format that's relative to what's going on at Nats. If it's close to Worlds, same thing, and so on and so forth.
For sure. Were you able to find those dates?
Yeah, Chris, I wasn't able to.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on.
I'm just kidding.
I need to know because I'll go find
Tomorrow.
it.
No. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and announce it.
I don't have it pulled up. I don't have it.
Oh, Then let me get.
Yes.
I'll pull it up right now. Give me
We're
1
so
second.
prepared
Yeah.
I
all the
got it. I
time.
got it. They were my notes. I made the notes during the meeting, so I should have them right here. All right. So we've got let's see, tournament 1.
Spring 2
Oh
team
no.
takedown announcement today.
Hmm.
Sign up by the 17th.
Oh,
Teams in by the 24th. Tournament starts the 27th of this month.
nice.
So,
So say that again. Sign up is opens which day?
it, I think after this tournament, after this announcement,
After this,
uh,
yes.
we'll put up the sign up
After the
sheet.
stream.
Then it's going to be you have until the 17th of this month to sign up, and then you have to have your teams in by the 24th. In the format we've been doing it, where you can keep putting your teams in there until you come to your final team. Then we'll take the last 2 teams, and the tournament will start on the 27th. So,
Cool.
all right,
Plenty of time.
yeah, plenty
I know. I
of.
can't believe it's April.
I
I
know
was
it's
like,
flying
it's
by, right?
17th. He's talking May, April.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. This year has been nuts. Besides all the corona stuff, it's just been flying by. It's just nuts.
Yeah,
But
and yeah, I mean, I after looking at it and seeing the schedule that we had, I was like, oh crap, we put the announcement for April the 1st, but this year it's not a problem. Now we have it on April the 1st. It's not a problem at all.
yeah. And this is not an April Fool's joke.
We ain't
No, it's
fooling.
not. So, I did want to real quick, and I didn't clear it with you guys before, but
Oh, great.
in the announcement, with them moving away from Origins this year, them not doing Origins this year, they said there was a follow-up announcement by Jimmy saying that they were looking into online tournaments and stuff like that. Um, Listen, if you in the audience, because Kim, I know you said you love our stuff. If you in the audience would want to have something like that, make your voice heard as a community, please. We are we are interested in this. We're checking the pulse. We're kind of seeing what's going on because we also want to help out in whatever way we can as content creators, but more importantly as a community, because that's what we want to see. Is we want to see everybody able to play Dice Masters no matter what. All they have to do is just get behind a camera or a phone. What you do is you actually, in Dice Masters Unlimited Facebook group, you can kind of create a post and say, or one thing we've been trying to do is we've been trying to make this hashtag a popular thing. It's a hashtag, 2 team takedown, hashtag TTTD, at Worlds or at Nats. So make that hashtag your life. Put it on all the social medias. If you want to post, respond to Jimmy's post in the Facebook group and say, hey, I'm all for having online tournaments in the place of live events, given the circumstances.
We don't know if we'll get it going, rolling or not, but hey, let's make some noise with it at least.
Make your voices heard as a community. The last couple of times that we've done this, the people at WizKids have heard us, and we've gotten really quick responses. So, Kim, if you want to add anything to that, you can.
I don't know. I think it's great. I mean, I'll definitely help where you guys need help. I like doing the stuff and organizing stuff like this. So, I mean, one thing I had put was one of the questions you could ask is I wish WizKids could actually do an online event and, run an online event. Like we do it, they see it, it can be done, right?
Yeah.
And they don't really need probably much from them, but I know it can be done. So,
Yeah. I don't know what it is that keeps them from doing it. I know with HeroClix things, maybe since it's a bigger game,
mhm.
they're more concerned with the cheating aspect of it than anything else. But Dice Masters, for the most part, I don't think I've ever seen anyone cheat in Dice Masters. It might have been misplays or something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
but I don't
Common
think that that's a
mistakes, right?
concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't intentionally do what I did and things
Hmm.
like that, but uh, I don't think it'd be that hard to police those sorts of things. You
Well,
know,
we
the
have
players police themselves.
Yeah.
right. We have rules regarding that about always making sure you draw from the bag on camera, making sure you roll on camera, making sure your dice stay in the focus of the camera, because there has been instances of cheating going on. One of them was recorded, and I'm not gonna go over
Oh.
it, but it's hilarious. Uh, I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Knows who I'm talking about as well. So
Oh, was it me?
yeah, Comics
Oh,
Mike.
all right. It was
Everything.
Comics Mike.
No. Sorry,
Oh.
I was segueing into his
Spitting
question.
venom all over the place.
Oh, geez.
Sorry about that. Everything that is in New Modern is available. Correct. This is going to be the spring 2 team takedown is going to be mono rotation as of May 1st and beyond. So everything from Avengers Infinity until WWE, because unfortunately we don't have a Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Boo. But you
And
can wear an Infinity Gauntlet if you want to.
on both hands, it's gonna be really hard to play, but
That would be funny.
All
Just
right,
pick
sorry
it
about
up
that.
and
I
throw
didn't.
it
That was a
in.
quick aside, but I know the demand is getting more and more popular. What with all the circumstances going on, and we've got a lot of people asking online. So, just to give you kind of like a short, quick answer, we'll have more about that. We'll have more details about that later on down the road.
yeah, absolutely. And we still are gonna have our one-shot tournaments every month. The next one is going to be the
The
18th.
third Saturday.
Yeah, the
The
18th.
18th, the third Saturday.
And we're probably gonna just make it modern.
Yeah.
And it's
Keep the
gonna
party
be
going.
single team. If we get more than if we get up to 16 people signed up, we'll possibly have 2 pods. But I mean, we're trying to do it as quick and as fast as we can, so people can be like how it is at a game store. You just go in, you play, and then you're done for the day, and you could go mow the lawn and pass out like I do.
It's a quick 2.5 hours. Judging by how long the last one lasted, it was 2.5 hours, which is great. It's a nice little time slot, nice little break in your day.
Yeah.
For show.
And you guys just had your team of the month. Was it fun?
Past Saturday, yeah, the three wishes. I like that format.
Oh, what's that?
You have the what's the limited wish die, the one that you can if you roll it, you can take one
Buy
of
a
your
character.
7+ cost characters and roll it. If it rolls a face, you put it in your use pile. If it rolls an energy, it just goes back to the card. So you use the
That's
limited
right.
wish die to kind of wish it in. I enjoyed it because then I put out like a 10 cost Thanos there. So.
That's awesome.
From the write up and from
I
the
haven't
paint
I
list, it
never
looked like
used
one.
that promo. Yeah, I never used that promo before. It was actually all the cards on my high cost I never used before, so it was fun.
That's
I like
cool.
that format.
I
Yeah.
noticed a lot, like half the team, like half of everyone's team was like super expensive cost, and then like everything else is like super ramp in case they miss the wishes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. I remember
was
that.
fun.
Okay, I remember it now. It came back. It's coming back to me. People would put like the Phoenix die on there because it was
Yep.
like a 10 cost also.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. I like that. You need to try that one of these days.
So, and you guys are gonna have announcements for the next one as soon as you guys get around to planning it. I know Jordo has a lot of stuff going
Yeah.
on, and so it's kind of hard to plan stuff. But you guys are definitely gonna put stuff out, let people know ahead of time and what's going on with that. You guys try to do it. You guys do it once a month, so.
Yep. We're the fourth Saturday in the month.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That was our fault. I'm sorry. That was my decision to set it as the third Saturday. And Matt, we had to profusely apologize to Matt because
Yeah.
that poor guy, Matt Giordano Jordo online.
The one shot is on the 18th of this month. It's gonna be modern. Just bring one team.
Cool.
If we
And for the team of the month stuff, Kim, where can people go to find out more about that? What is
You
y'all's
can go
website?
to the dm-north.com. It's always posted up there. And we also put it out on our Facebook page and the DM Dice Masters Unlimited page too. So
and their website's linked in the description of this also. So it
Yeah.
well, your guys' YouTube channel. So it'll link to everything beyond that too. So
yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Oh, don't forget the dash because DM North does not go to our page.
it goes to something completely different. I've made that mistake.
Now I want to know where it goes. to.
Yeah,
Check
there is
it
a dash
out.
in between there.
All right. So now that that's all out all the way, we wanted to give as much time as us talking to you and get going on just getting to know the real Kim, so to speak. All right. So get to the question. We actually prepared questions. I know it doesn't seem like we actually do prep on this show, but we do.
You can tell that we don't.
And it
But
wasn't last minute too. They did
No,
this. Yeah.
it was before the
We
last
picked up.
live stream. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris was surprisingly on it. We had to give him a cookie and everything.
I try to be on it. Come on.
it was a virtual cookie, though.
It got destroyed in the transition. All right. So, do you guys want me to ask the first question, or do you want to ask the first question?
We'll take turns
Oh.
going down the list, starting with you. That's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks for throwing me under the bus. All right, cool.
I'll go first. I'll go
okay.
first.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
Rob's going first.
Kim, as
Yeah.
everybody knows, rotation has been announced. We just want to know, what were some of your favorite cards or combos that just rotated out?
Well, everybody would know my favorite team to play, and I'm going to miss this card a lot, the basic action team. I'm going to miss that one a lot. I think I got that team down to pretty much a T, and I was just kind of disappointed it's going away. I hope they reprint it or some form of it that's very similar, so I definitely going to miss that one. And Absorbing Man. The Absorbing Man that copies Wentfield's abilities.
Oh, yeah.
I started using that one a lot, and I used it with Orion, the rare Orion, which when fielded does 2, and when he attacks does 2. And then I started using Tiger Claw there too, which also I think when attacks it deals 2. So I gotta miss Absorbing Man, I think, a lot. I did play him actually. I brought him out in WDA this week, but I think those are my 2 combos that I'm really going to miss.
I think Absorbing Man didn't get as much play as the card kind of should have got, with as many one
Yeah.
fielded abilities were in Modern at that time. So
Yeah, he was one of the overlooked, but I thought he was strong. I mean, if you have a one-fielded team and
Yeah, he was really strong around when Firefly was a thing, and then new cards came out, and he just kind of fell off. But yeah.
I think the fact that it didn't work with Shriek like everyone wanted to, they're like, I need to do more degenerate
yeah.
stuff than that. Come on.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there's certain, like, if it's pure just one field, it'll work. But when it's like the complicated one fielded, that's when it gets complicated. And
Yeah.
then it's like, just stick with the clean ones.
Yeah,
I know
the-
Jocelyn, who's not here, she'll miss her Angela Infiltrate. So, the super rare Angela makes
Oh.
everybody, yeah.
That one,
I like how you guys answered that. Oh,
yeah,
Angela.
It did not
I
get
didn't see
played.
much play, but it was
Yeah.
such a good team.
It's strong.
We saw it locally at the time when it came out.
A lot.
With that Black Widow. Yeah, with the Black Widow that adds an additional
Deals it too.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. It was fun. I think Ryan used to play it a lot at our local scene. And I tried it a couple times. I just could not pilot it as well as anybody else. So I was just like, I'm not going to play this no more. I don't
And
like
Angela never rolls for anyone, like ever.
Yeah.
Ryan got it out every single stupid time.
Oh, really? Then I liked
Yeah.
her. I liked him then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna miss some collector shenanigans too, which
I'm
I
so
never really
glad
played
that's
on
gone.
much of. The rare collector, is it?
Yeah.
Tanvili, Tanvin, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I never really played much of, but I think a lot of people did.
Yep.
I think
It was
Ryan's
an
going to miss
easy
that.
team to do that, to play.
Yeah.
I think.
They shut down your side? Okay, I'll just take your side.
Yeah. When you do it on both sides, that's crazy.
All right.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the next question. What card or combos are you looking forward to in the future Modern after May the 1st?
I'm gonna spoiler alert myself here.
Oh.
Everybody knows I love my Orbital Strike, and that's not rotated out. But the card that I actually usually pair it with was the Wolverine promo card that regenerates, and which is getting rotated out. So I'm working on a new Modern Orbital Strike team, and everybody's hated card, I think probably Becky is on it. Because I found out she actually is really good on my Orbital Strike team. So I mean,
Nice.
beefy stats, low cost is what I need. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm tweaking it, and I've played it once at our local scene. We did it online. And I also like, is it the Heenan that makes your level 3s unblockable?
Oh.
Yeah, I like doing unblockable stuff.
Me too.
Only thing that hurts me, obviously, is when people push it back, right? The global. But
True.
I've played him a couple times with some level 3s, and it's worked really well, especially if I could pump it and stuff like that. So, and I'm sure there's more combos that I haven't even discovered yet. I haven't
Yeah.
read every single card yet in those new like WWE or even the new one. What is it? The new D&D that came out. I hardly touched cards from there.
Same.
God Catcher. That's yeah.
I
That's the
have
only
not
one I've been.
played that yet. Believe it or not, I have not put a team together yet for that one.
That's what I played on our one shot, and it was mean.
Yeah.
Don't buy into the hype. It's not as good as you think it is.
He took
Yeah.
second place in the one shot, so I don't know. It was pretty good.
But yeah, but that was also his backup win
It's a
con. I don't think that was his
small
main win
sample.
con.
We played it when it first came out. Me and Robert were at the comic book store, and I played. He let me play it, and he played whatever. And after 2 games, I was like, "This isn't fun. I don't want to do this anymore."
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just doesn't add any flavor to the game, honestly.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Just get
My
them out
favorite
there,
thing.
push. You're pretty much okay. There's 20. Thanks, bye.
Yeah. That was my plan in the one shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Go
I was
in
like,
with
I gotta
20
win some
and done.
games I haven't won in forever. Let me do this. Just give it to me.
It's good when
Yeah.
it's played against me.
Yeah, I hate
That
it
is
when
too
people
true,
play.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
All right.
Jocelyn's looking forward to what is it? Hope Rachel with Nylar Global.
Oh yeah, that's a
What
really good
is
one.
Nylar Global?
That's been seeing the rounds. That's the KO character that you control,
Yep.
and
Okay.
it's once per turn. It's really nice. So you can do it on your opponent's main step whenever they pass priority to you to clear their board.
Oh, that sounds dirty.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good.
I like
Yep.
it. All right. I'm taking mental notes here. Nice. All right.
Uh,
Okay, so the next question is a two-parter.
Mhm.
And so, what got you interested in playing Dice Masters?
I can't remember. Was it 2016? I want to say maybe. So I used to watch. I'm a big board gamer as well, so I like playing board games.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch a lot of Watch It Played. I don't know if you guys ever seen his YouTube videos.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
He did a video on the AVX set how to play Dice Masters, and I was like, oh, this is really cool because pretty much 90% of my board games are all dice rolling games. So I like dice rolling board games.
Cool.
And I saw this. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And I like the set AVX. I hunted it down. Like it was hard for me to find the starter set because when I think it's pretty old, so it's hard to find then.
Yeah.
Got it, and I started playing by myself because my husband's not into really big role play, like roll dice games and stuff. So he had nothing to do with it. So I used to solo play it a lot. Um, and then I slowly started looking online and seeing all the cards out there you could buy online individually and the dice. And I mostly bought cards that were I liked, like characters I liked. Never really looked at the abilities. And starting that, yeah. And then I found someone who played locally at the same place we play right now, but they don't play anymore. And then I started going out and playing. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, I really have to pay attention to globals. Yes. So that's when I really started to learn about globals and abilities and pretty much flourished from there. And here I am now. So yeah, so that's how I got into it.
And then on the same thing on Jocelyn's, and then I'll move
Yeah,
to the other.
Jocelyn, she said, I got to quote her here. Please listen to episode 1 of A Double Double in Dice.
That's a great
Um,
plug. Fantastic. That's great. That's really good advertising.
but short for her, Rob L. He heard about it through a podcast, I think it was, and they found a starter. I'm not sure which one. They pretty much started playing it there, and then they started growing over that time, and pretty much got so.
Nice.
Okay.
All
So
right, and then
what was the set that was out when you started playing? Was it AVX or was there already a few sets out?
No, I don't think so because I never really looked at what other sets there were. I just saw him doing AVX. I'm like, oh, I got to get AVX. Not realizing, I think there was more sets after that because it was really hard to. I got one copy beat up, like only copy. So
Nice.
when did AVX come out? I think 2000.
2014.
Okay, so then it would have been 2 years after is probably what I got. So
Cool.
And AVX is flying off the shelf and hard to find almost immediately. Also, so
Yeah, in 2014 it won 2 awards actually, and everybody just bought all of it. And it also was sold in smaller, so the gravity feeds were sold in packs of 60 and not
Mm-hmm.
packs of 80.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
so or
90?
90, 90,
90.
not packs of 90.
90.
And
Yeah.
then the starter sets were underproduced because they weren't expecting the starters to sell too well. They expected the gravity feeds to sell better, and it was quite the opposite actually.
Yep.
because the starter had
So,
some really good cards in there too.
well, the starter had some really good cards for competitive play, but everybody picked up the starter because it was easier to do, just have the whole thing right there ready to play for 2 players.
Yeah.
Second part of that is who actually got you interested in playing Dice Masters, in addition to what?
I don't think there was a who. I don't know. There really was. I mean, I just pretty much found it online, right? So if you want to say who, I guess it'll be the guy from Watch It. I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think Jocelyn was wrong. Hmm.
okay, and then I want to kind of addendum to that too, not to waste too much time, but online play. Same thing
Hmm.
for online play. I'm a little bit more interested in hearing that.
Um, now we're going way back. I have a bad memory, so here we go. I was
That's all right.
always afraid to play online,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like tournaments and stuff like that. I always felt intimidated that I'm gonna get like killed. So when Reg joined our online group, um, sorry, not online, our local group, that's when we started doing some games together, and we got into Reg and Kim Dice Masters North, and that was just online games and stuff like that. So that was online, fine, but it was just me and Reg playing. But I was always afraid that I'm going to die in turn 3, not like the game, and be done with it, kind of thing, right? And it took me a while to get online, and I think it was one of the spring 2-team takedowns that was my first.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
and
I
you
think it was because
annihilated me.
yeah, there wasn't much. I don't think there was much tournaments back then that was going on other than you guys.
Oh,
There
Other than
was
playing obviously locally and with Reg. But yeah, I think it was that. And then I was like, this isn't so bad. Right? And, I'm not dying by turn 2, 3. And I
well,
think
you
since
played me first,
then
so.
to now, it made me a better player because I learned cards and I learned abilities and I learned what I like to play and what I don't like. And I think that's when I really got into the online stuff. And now that's all. It's pretty much online all the time now, right? So
And
Nice.
I mean, we have highly competitive players on online. Like you have Ben, who's the world champion of Dice Masters, and
yeah,
when you play him online, he's really nice, easygoing, and he'll help you with your team,
yeah,
or he'll tell you what he did wrong on his team, and he'll tell you what, oh well, if you did this, you would have gotten me, or it would have made it harder for me, and it's like, okay, all right, cool.
yeah,
He's not telling you how to play. He's just trying to help you out.
yeah. And I think a lot of that was good. They're like, oh, next time you should try this or do this. Or as I'm playing, they'll be like, are you sure you want to do that? Because if you do that, this is what I'm gonna do, right? So they're not. People are pretty good at helping you out and
Yep.
steering your team and helping you with your team. And
Hmm.
yeah, Ben's really good at that. He was really coachy when I used to play him. So
Yeah. Right. Um, so you said you had a few questions for us. Did you want to save your questions till after we ask all of our questions, or did you want to ask them
sure.
in between?
Um, okay, let's throw out something there then.
All right.
All right.
Ready? No. Okay, we'll do it every one question. Anybody can answer this. How did you guys get into streaming? And why did you pick Dice Masters? And Jocelyn also wants to know why you play Magic because Dice Masters is the best.
All right.
Um,
I'm totally throwing her out there.
No, we can. Uh, so whenever I got divorced, I went to go live with my brother, and I wasn't doing anything. I was still going to play Dice Masters at the local store. Chris realized that I wasn't doing crap anymore, and he needed to get out of his house. So I was like, "Do you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go play this game. Do you want to go? I got a lot of extra crap if you want to play." So I just gave him all my extras. We went to the store. He got into it and he liked it, and it was just too hard to go back and forth. And I think we just started playing, right? We started
Yeah.
playing against each other, and
Our first live stream was me and you dirtling around trying to play a game or two. Then we started coming up with a format, whereas like we had 7 teams each, and we were trying to like figure out how to play it.
yeah,
It was totally terrible.
yeah, we started Twitch first, is where we
Hmm.
started, and then we decided to pivot over to YouTube,
Yeah.
and then we met Joe at the is it the Legacy events, or was it one of the
No, it was
It
that.
what
was the
was it,
WKO.
the
Yeah.
WKO, and then he just never went home.
Yeah.
So he's been here ever since.
You guys met me at the WKO, but I had already been talking to
Yeah.
you. So it was 2 weeks after your first live stream,
That's true. Yeah, because you showed
and I
up and I
started
was like, "Who is
talking,
this
and
guy?"
I had no intention of joining the live stream at all. It was just after we started talking, you guys were like, "Hey Joe, why don't you just come on?" And I was like, "Are you guys sure about this?"
Yeah,
And yeah, we're like, "Yeah, just come on."
And
So
I
So how
know.
how long ago was?
it's 2 years.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
been
okay.
2 years and a month or two.
it
And
was February. If the first stream went live in early February 2017.
No,
yeah.
late. It was like the 22nd of
Yeah.
February. It was right after my
Oh,
birthday.
okay. The one that
Yeah,
I chimed into was 2 weeks after that.
yeah.
The worst. We did. I was talking to. I think Joe. I think I was talking to you a whole lot more than Robert. And then like, I think at the time I was just like, you were talking about your beholder team to me, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, me and Rob are gonna go to this the WKO, and we're gonna be there so we can hang out and talk. And you brought that team and played it, and I think it was the team was good, but against everyone playing Yanti, it was not the best. So that's why it didn't
That's all
work.
right. I'll own that because it was a fun team to pilot.
Yeah.
I'll own that. But I had already started dipping my toes into online play sometime before that in mid to late 2016 through Troy's Faux Nats and Faux Worlds. And I'd already been talking to Dice Masters with James and Zach about the Hella Beholder combo because at that point, I think Thor had just been released in late 2017. So I had literally just put the team together and bought the cards. And then after I did the first two videos with James and Zach, I noticed Chris and Rob popping up, and then that's whenever I reached out to them just to kind of talk to them. I didn't really want to be on their show per se. I was
We
just
just forced them.
interested in talking to them because I was like, hey, you guys are in the same area. I just moved here.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
let's hang out. So
I've pretty much forced everyone to be on the channel that's on the channel.
It's true. This was never the intention.
well, he
It
drug
just
he
took off.
drug Rob kicking and screaming, and then afterwards he was just like, hey Joe, just come on the show, man. It's not a
Yeah,
big deal.
quit bullshitting, man. And then Magic. Joe was been into Magic for a long
I've been
Forever.
time.
I've been playing since '97.
Then
Oh wow.
then Magic the Gathering Arena came up, and I got into the beta for it somehow. And I started playing that, and I was like, well, shit, I want to play regular Magic. I really like playing card games, and I think I'd really enjoy playing card games. And then I was telling Robert, hey, you know this new up and coming game called Magic the Gathering? We should play it.
I was very hesitant to play Magic because it's so expensive. It's super expensive, and
Mm.
I'm a collector. I'm a completist, and it'd be impossible for me to complete Magic, and that's one of the main reasons why I didn't want to do it. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh back in the late '90s or early 2000s, and it was so much money I was spending on. I think my ex-wife actually made me stop buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and
I know
then
them feels.
the bad thing about that was I was like, well, all right, I'll stop spending money on Yu-Gi-Oh, and I got addicted to buying comic books. So that
Mm.
was even more expensive than the Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah,
cards.
one addiction
So
to another. Yeah.
yeah, so it was pretty bad. But like I knew what would happen if I ended up getting into Magic, and it happened. So I mean it's
Yeah.
fun. It's just that there's so many cards. It's not like Dice Masters where you have a, you can put your sets together, and you only need one
Mm.
card. You just need all the dice. With this, sometimes you need multiple versions of a card, and I don't really like that.
You,
Unless you play Commander, but then you still need a ton of cards for that.
I thought we were even. Me getting you into Magic, you got me into Dice Masters. I thought we were, but no, that was totally misbalanced. So
And I do like Dice Masters personally. I like it better than Magic. It's just without new products and opening blind packs and stuff like that. For me, it's not as fun as it used to be. Some of the stuff is just too crazy. Like I like to play in person. Playing online is fun and everything, and I do enjoy it. But I like to sit at the table across from somebody and play the actual game. So once the local scene kind of dried up, my interest level in it kind of dropped. But I still like it. I still enjoy it. It's still one of my favorite games ever.
if you
So.
get him to play it, he'll be like, "Oh, that was lots of fun. Let's do it again." Then like he forgets that
Yeah,
feeling.
exactly. I'll be like, I don't want to play, and then I'll play. I'm like, man, we should do this again. That's great.
All right.
So let's move
Cool.
on because I don't want to talk about my experience with Magic, but yeah, we'll move on.
Okay, we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Exactly. Um, did you have another one, Kim, or you want to? We can move on, and you can just sprinkle some more
We
in
can move on.
later.
We can do another one after. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Keep going.
So what is your favorite format to play?
Um,
Feel free to
modern.
pander. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no modern. As I said, I don't mind golden. It's a lot to it,
Yes.
and I don't own a lot of it either.
Yeah.
So I never really, as I said, I only got like the cards I liked. I never dipped and got starter sets and more cards and stuff like that. So modern for me and Jocelyn. Um, she likes doing the 10 by 10 team building stuff, the format. I've never played 10 by 10 nor the global escalation.
Mm.
So
I don't
I've
even know
never
what that
actually
is.
got into any of those. I think they're more from nationals, right? Is where
Yeah.
they play it most.
The 10 by
Um,
10.
It's 10 by 10 is an official format for side events and stuff like that. It's not really represented heavily outside of this out or inside of the states in North America. It's actually better represented outside of North America, which
Okay.
is funny.
For filthy casuals.
Or we're try hard competitive players.
Yeah.
It's one or the other with us.
Right. Next question. What got you interested in doing a podcast?
it's funny because me and Jocelyn were like, "How did this happen?" So when I joined DM North, I wanted to get my hands into something, right? Jocelyn started doing her Out of the Shadows articles, and a lot of people were doing the What Have You Played articles, and I was like, I don't want I want something different. And I couldn't think of anything. Then I started just doing the YouTube roundups to start helping Matt out a bit. Then I'm like, Justin, we should like do something together, like kind of like a girl talk. I don't know if you want to do an article or something like that. And then she just said, "Why don't we do a podcast?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's go." So that's where it pretty much started. We actually had to
Nice.
look that one up in a chat of ours. How it actually came about. But yeah, so then we saw the podcast and we're like, okay, then we went from there. What do we need and all that stuff. And we're trying to do it as low budget as possible. So
Same. Everything we do
yeah.
is low budget over here.
Yeah. Super low.
Pennies on the dollar.
Yay, Matt.
Well, go
Yeah,
ahead,
I
Odo.
mean, we're working on audio and stuff like that. I think we got a really good. I know Jocelyn had problems, but I think it was her headset. So we actually the one dropping on Monday should be a bit better. So,
Nice.
I was going
but
to
yeah,
offer
Looking
when
some
forward to it.
help for that, by the way. I sent a thing about just have fabric in the room, and a lot of times that just helps. So,
yeah, we tried. She put. I'm like, okay, put the blanket over your head. We tested that, and she's like, I'm like, no, I still hear this like it's like some like plain thing. So she switched headset. I'm like,
Mhm.
whoa, maybe it was your headset. So
Yeah.
we tried it with the new headset. So we'll see when it drops on Monday if people hear it.
Cool.
Guitar Hero
But yeah, that's how we
mix.
pretty much got into it. And then we kind of wanted a bit of a relaxing kind of
Mhm.
coffee house jive. So that was kind of the background was like the coffee house kind of thing. And so hopefully when you listen, you're drinking a coffee or tea.
Yeah.
So
Nice chai tea, a spicy tea.
The spiciest of teas. Those hot takes you guys have all the time on your podcast. Like about how our tournaments are terrible and you just want to get through them. Gah! No, you guys have not said that.
Yeah, we appreciate all the kind words
Yeah,
about the tournaments. It's great.
yeah.
And I'm glad everyone's having fun.
yeah, I'm already looking forward to the next one. I'm already thinking, what am I going to build? Oh, here comes Orbital Strike.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Next
Uh,
question.
Where are we at here?
what are your opinions about the latest movement from CCG back to LCG, or
SAG
actually
back to
CCG
LC.
to LCG and then back to CCG?
CCG.
Basically, how do you feel about them going from random product to fixed product, and then they're starting to trickle back in the random product?
Um, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I, I mean, I wasn't a big collector. The only thing I really collected was AVX. That was my first set. Is has a place in my heart, so I figured I'll finish that set and complete it. But other than that, it for both of us, we don't have any really strong opinions about it. We don't like dislike it. I think it's a good to go from CC to LCG and going back. That's okay. The only thing I don't really like about going back to CCG is I like when everybody has the same cards. I like everybody has the same set that they play cards from. When you get to this back to CCG, then you're like, oh, now I'm missing this card. I need that card. I gotta hunt that card down or trade it with someone. And then it's just,
Yeah.
it's like just so much to get into when you start getting into like that stuff. And oh, I gotta buy a whole big draft things, hoping I get it, all of them. Oh, and I have duplicates. Now I gotta find someone who could trade it for me. Um, I mean, it's a good balance to have both. I like the little break, but I like when we all have the same set to play.
Yeah.
And it's just now, okay, now I got to start digging again and finding the cards I want. Oh, that card's great. Now I need it. Who has an extra, right? So it's more work.
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah. It really is.
it's more work. But again, we don't prefer either or. I'm okay with it. So
See,
doesn't
the only
bother me.
thing about having the blind product is that if I get foil of something, I can always trade someone something else because people want to complete. There's collectors out there, like you said, they want to have completion of foil and non-foil. So it's like, yes, I will trade you my foil for something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All
And it's
right.
like, oh, you got a super rare. So what do you want? 4 rares for that super rare? Like it's just, But then some people are really great. They're like, it doesn't matter. Just you need it for your collection. Here you go, kind of thing. And that's what I have to thank Cosmic Mike for that because he sent me a card that finished my AVX. So
Nice.
Nice.
thank you very much, Mike. The only thing I don't have completed on that is some of the promos. But other than that, the whole set's completed. Max dice. That's the only
Awesome.
set I think I complete.
That's awesome.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I have that set. No, wait, I do have AVX complete also, I think.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think you have AVX completed. You have Uncanny
Oh,
X-Men.
Uncanny X-Men, that's right, because they were just giving it away here. A
Yeah.
box. When people decided to
Yeah.
join, yeah.
I'm a super rare short. I need a Mr. Fantastic to complete my AVX.
Oh
That,
yeah.
that's fantastic.
Isn't it though? I feel like you kind of answered this next question already.
Okay.
But what do you like, dislike, or what are the advantages or disadvantages of each LCG and CCG?
Yeah, I think I kind of answered that.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. The disadvantages for me is I like the LCG
The
because
level
everybody has
playing
the same
field.
set. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody has the same level field, built from the same cards, built from the same set, whatnot. CCG again. I don't like. I like trading. Don't get me wrong. It's just something takes too much time. Then I gotta build like a Google Doc. What am I missing? I gotta find all the cards. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a lot more work. I don't mind trading, and I'll put it out there like I have this extra one. Who needs it? Kind of thing. It's just
Mhm.
yeah, it's just a bit of a some work to be done with it. That's all.
Yeah. Kind of feel
And
the
then if you
same.
have a yeah, and if there's a meta card out there now, you don't have it. You gotta hopefully someone has it extra, right? So it's
Yeah.
because you have to have it, right? You have to have that meta
You
card.
have to
So
have it.
have to have that
Yep.
card that has that global that does wonders. So
Or foil full art basic actions that are coming out.
You
Oh, I
don't
can't
need
wait for
that.
that.
Um,
I want it.
and the thing that's kind of scary with going into the blind product is the fact that we don't have people aren't selling singles at storefronts online. That's kind of scary to me, honestly.
Yeah, I think you'll begin to see a lot of them on eBay again, like there used to be. There used to be a big market on eBay for singles.
Yeah.
Um,
It
it's
yeah,
has kicked
I
back
used to
up.
buy mine a
yeah.
lot. I used to buy a lot of mine on Big Orbit. Uh, what was the other
Cool
one?
Stuff
Cool
Inc.
Stuff Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe when we get back into the draft packs, maybe they might come back and selling it online again.
I don't
Who
think so.
knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think they're done with Dice Masters, right? Those
Yeah.
places.
It's
Big
Yeah.
Orbit still has stuff, but
hmm yeah. The last time I bought something that was Dice Masters related on an online store, it redirected me to eBay. So
really,
yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Well, do
sorry.
you want to get
Redirected you.
into one of your other? There you go. Do you want to get on to one of the other questions that you had for one of
Sure.
us?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Start with Joe.
Nice. Very
um,
nice.
I call him Taxi Cab. You know who I'm talking about. What made you love that card so much, and how much are you going to miss it?
Well, um, the fact that you have normal win cons through combat damage or non-combat damage, and they all operated relatively the same. It was when something happened, like KOing a character or rolling an action die, or even buying an action die, they had already existed. Then Tabashi comes along in that same set, unfortunately, and it's something different. It's punishing the player for every time they draw a die. That's what really drew me to Tabaxi in general. The game just lacked a lot of the pieces because in late 2018, the game just lacked a lot of pieces to make that come together to punish people for drawing dice. And I think that's something that Dice Masters needs to do more. It's a representative of game development that has room to grow and that they can explore, because I myself, I'm more into development and design than I am into the actual game. That's why I go for combos, that's why I go for crazy interactions like Heen and Drone. I like stuff that's off the wall thinking because I like to think that somebody put their effort into saying, well, you know what if we approach this differently, what if we punish the players for doing this, or what if players have to be aware of doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, like drawing two dice. Oops. There goes taking a damage for
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if you so like this is during the time. So Ben hated playing with me. We had play. I forced him to play with me for 2.5 months in the lead into Worlds, and he loves Mimic Ramp to death. Well, guess what? I was punishing him. Sometimes he got as low as 3 life from just having his mimic out
Yeah.
and ramping the whole time. To
Yeah.
me, that's more of that's more indicative of something that needs to be balanced but isn't. And if they printed more cards like Tabashi Rogue, guess what? There's the balance. There's the inherent balance. Like Mankind is sort of a way to kind of tip that balance, but now we don't have that anymore.
Okay, Thanos.
Yeah.
Everything in perfect balance. No, I will miss it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite modern combos because it felt to me like it was control-y. It was really control-y, and I kind of like that. That's kind of my playstyle, but also combos. And so the ability to corrupt a player, control what they draw, what's in their bag, and the ability to force them to draw with instant war, and then force them to take damage while doing so, to me was is just like different than beating face or
Hmm.
dealing damage with a Winfield or a Win KO'd ability. So I am gonna miss it because it's a different aspect of the game that's no longer there anymore. That I have to go through like Heenan drone. I have to force you to block, and you lose life for blocking.
And there goes corrupt with that.
Yeah.
I know that's the only viable strategy with corrupt. I mean, corrupt is still
Yeah.
good in the sense that you can
Yeah.
control what they have in their bag, but it's not as good as controlling what they have in their bag and punishing them for drawing dice.
Yeah.
Knowing the cards that Joe plays in Magic, it's right up his alley. It's a combo that like when it goes off, it's like it's oppressive, but if it doesn't go off, it's kind of like you have to work around it still, and it's kind of annoying. But then like it gets to the point eventually, you're just like, "Ah, I hate that card. I hate that card."
Yeah.
um,
Cool.
I really do wish they would reprint it. Like my one thing to Wizards or WizKids is like
Wizard. Wrong
reprint,
game.
reprint a Tabaxi like card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just reprint it or reprint a card like it.
So it's like my team up too. It's like I want it reprinted.
Yeah,
I mean, if they
the
change it a little bit, sure, but it's the
yeah.
same concept.
No.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think team up is better than teamwork, which is teamwork is just terrible. I don't like that card. Um, but team up is way better. And honestly, there's a lot of cards that we could make a list out of, similar to Rob's team pack idea. We can make a list of cards that need to be reprinted,
Hmm.
or functionally reprinted. Thank you for the question. That was a good question.
No more.
Sorry, I took
No,
up the time there.
that's all right.
We can go over a little bit.
yeah. Um,
We got one more question from you, Chris. Right?
it's me or you. I can ask it. It's not a
You go
problem.
ahead.
All right.
I've done a lot of talking.
Yeah. Um, so this is kind of just a, I guess, kind of a nebulous kind of like catch-all answer. What would you like to see in the game in the future? OP kits, the return of organized play, etc. Like, is there something that you could think that they could add that you would be excited about? Also,
Definitely op kits. I love getting those.
yeah.
I love getting up kits. Like I've tried to get. I got every single one from our local store. I'm like, can you get me all of them? I want all of them. All that they still have in
Nice.
stock. I want them all. And we still give them out in our local gameplay local store. So, but yeah, definitely up kits. I would love to see an up kit every 3 months, to be honest. Like
Mhm.
or every month. Like to have it out there, and at least you have something you get from playing it if you're playing locally. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
um, and as I said earlier, online events. I think that would be neat if Wiz Kids could do something with that. I mean, it's not that hard. There's lots of players that play online. You know what I'm getting? And I can't
Shots
speak for
fired.
Wiz Kids, right? So,
There's
so
surprise
online plays,
Ross in the stream. Thank you for joining us, Ross. I'm sorry, Kim. I just we
no
never
problem.
get this guy because it's past his bedtime, and here he is
Hey,
showing
Ross.
up at the last
A
minute.
wild Ross has appeared.
Thanks for joining us. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then Jocelyn said more events. I'm not sure what she was applying to that, but maybe more specific format events. I'm not sure. More,
Just
um,
big events, maybe? Because we have,
maybe. Yeah,
WKOs possibly.
yeah,
yeah, maybe
Big
events to
events
go out
is
to.
closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because we used to have rainbow draft weekends and stuff like that. We would
yeah,
have more WKOs locally. Um, so those were great.
Yeah.
So yeah, bring them
yeah,
back.
Bring it
yeah,
on. Um,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, you said you had a couple more questions for us. Do you
yeah. I
want to?
do. Let's go to you, Rob.
Oh,
Um, oh, you're a drawer. You like to draw. You like art.
I do like
How
art.
long have you been drawing for? And like, is that something you just picked up and started, or um, you got
Um,
talent? So
thank
I wanna
you.
know.
I've been drawing since I was little. I can't remember how old, but my dad is a comic book collector. So he's been collecting comic books since he was a kid. He was born in '62. So he has a lot of old comic books, and he would draw just basic figures. So like if you see like anatomy books and stuff like that, he would do the
Hmm.
cylinders, the rectangle bodies and stuff like that, and showed me how to do that when I was young. And I tried to do it, but then video games came around and going and
Yeah.
playing outside. I didn't really stick to it, and I didn't really get serious. Probably, and not even really serious. Just start putting time and effort into it till I was maybe in high school. when I realized that I could actually draw pretty decent. I never took an art class. I've never had an art. Well, actually, I'm lying. I
Yeah.
took a half a
Why you
semester.
always lying?
Yeah, I took a half semester of art in eighth grade, I think, but I didn't learn anything. So like,
You taught the
I
class
was like,
then.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Uh,
was advanced.
yeah. No, it wasn't even that. It's like I don't understand that how's what we're doing going to help me, advance the
Yeah.
way I want to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of just put it off to the side and just I did more drawing when I was working as an adult because I was working in a call center,
Hmm.
where I was on hold a lot, or I was calling people a lot. So I would just doodle at my desk,
Yeah.
and I got really into manga and anime throughout
Hmm.
those years in high school, and then into an adult. And I just like the art style of all that, so I started drawing that and replicating the art and stuff like that, and that's how I got better. Um, but yeah, I've been doing it since I was little.
And you drew
Cool.
stuff for the company too, that I still
I
have.
did. Yeah, we at the alarm company that we worked at, we have a like a company outing sort of thing every year, and they would do an art contest to for a T-shirt, and I think I won twice,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then the third time they didn't pick my thing because I won it 2 years in a row, and they're like, we need somebody else, and I was
We
like,
need
fine,
we need fresh blood in here, boy.
yeah, so
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, because I used to draw when I was a kid too, a lot.
yeah,
Just learned by myself, and then I went to high school and did art for 5 years.
oh wow,
That's when I learned a lot. And then I said, I don't know, this is really a career path for me. So I dropped it and hadn't
oh,
really picked up a pencil and drawing since. And I started seeing like Stu doing his art in the cards and seeing your videos and stuff. I'm like, man, I got to get back into it. With the 4 year old, though, it's very tough for me.
Yeah.
I have to
teach
like
them.
sit and do it, right? Yeah. Yeah, you never know. He might have that artistic in him.
There you go.
So I gotta take your Batman video that you did and try to do a card
Oh,
soon,
nice.
like in
Yeah,
the
that'd be awesome.
nighttime. Because yeah, I used to love drawing the cartoons and stuff like that, and
That's awesome.
those guys. So
What do you
cool.
use on the card, Rob, to make it easier to draw on? Because I know you use something.
On the card, since they're a slick surface, I just draw with the pencil first, and then I use a Sharpie to go over it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sharpie seems to work the best on those slick surfaces, but you do have to
yeah,
give it a second to dry.
because they are a little shiny, right? A little
Hmm.
shiny on that thing. So hopefully I can get back into that. So
I believe
once
in
I
you.
draw one, I will put it up on Discord.
Please do. I'd
Sweet.
like to see it.
And last but not least, Mr. Chris.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
What's what's up with the donkey suit?
I love that that's the question I get. um, really, I just got it as a joke for a stream one time, and then
Oh, okay.
people just lost their shit, honestly, and when they saw me in it. Like, I was, when I went to Nats, I'm trying to, like, represent the channel and trying to, like,
Yeah.
talk to WizKids people and be like, hey, this is a format we want to try to do on. Shadow's over there. Why aren't you wearing your donkey suit? I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I should have. I don't know. But, yeah, yeah, it was just for a joke, and
Okay.
I thought Robert was gonna wear one, but apparently it just turned out me being it, and then it's fine. It's
I
fine.
didn't want to buy one. That was
Yeah.
the thing. They're like $20, and I was like, man, I don't know, dude. It might not fit me either. You know, I'm a bigger boy, so with that donkey suit struggling.
Yeah, I always wondered where that came from, so thought I'll ask you and see.
I was just
Chris
at
always
Walmart.
has ideas.
Yeah.
He always has crazy ideas like that. He's like, we should do this on the
Oh.
stream. Oh, all right.
All right, we're back.
And we just don't. He'll do something, but like, no. I think the closest we got was when we dressed up for the WWE thing,
Yeah.
and that was the most that we've done.
Oh man, that was hilarious. And Mike had just gotten home from work, so he didn't have time to change. So I just didn't change also. And I tried to get into something different, but I run
He was
around so
so
much.
hot.
Yeah, I'm a hot, sweaty person. It did not look good for a soup that looked like Chris to be on stream. So I kind of scrapped it myself on that. But Joe and Rob looked excellent in their professional.
Prison Mike.
Yeah, prison Mike.
Didn't you do your truffle shuffle in the donkey suit? You did, right?
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
had to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reg was in the chat room adding things on as I went along, so I just had to agree. Yes, I'll do it in the donkey suit. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Cool.
Superman. That's his superhero name now, Ross. Superman.
Soup man.
Soup.
Oh man, what did I do?
Awesome. Well, we are over 5 minutes. So Kim, thank you for joining us this week for
Thank
the
you
live
for
stream.
having me, guys. This was awesome. Thank you.
You're awesome. You're a great player. Your channel and your website, DM North, right? Am I saying that right?
DM
I always
North,
say
yeah.
it wrong.
He doesn't know where to
I'm
put his
sorry.
hands.
I'm bad.
Is it
I'm-
DM dash north?
Yeah,
DM
DM dash
North.
North.
DM dash North. Don't forget the dash.
Are great pillars of the community. So we're glad you're here, and we look forward to y'all's content and the podcast
Thank you.
with Jocelyn.
Yes.
Bye, guys. That's going to wrap things up for us here in the CR Game Room. Check out our website, crgr.rocks, for all our latest info. There you'll find a link to help support us via Patreon. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Join our conversations on Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for hanging out.